Hey everyone, and welcome back to CJ Race Cars YouTube channel. It's Friday. Jesse's outside cooking. The guys are in the shop working. Today I want to take you out in the shop. I'm going to show you a few things, some parts Eddie's putting together, some of the stuff the guys working on. I also want to show you some stuff we did on Mark Hoaglands' car over the weekend, and another project that's in the shop. I know a lot of you guys have asked about other cars on the shop because primarily we've been working on Justin's Lexus and the FRS. So obviously those are our main jobs right now. Once we get them knocked out, it's going to free up a lot of guys to do stuff, and they're both coming to an end really soon. Justin's car should be a powder coat by this weekend, and the FRS shortly after that will be getting put together for final assembly. So, but I also want to show you Nick Arena's Outlaw 632 car. Nick had the car on Discovery Channel's No Prep King show a while back and had an incident, so we're rebuilding the whole car. It's a first-gen Camaro. It's a super nice car. Nick brought the car down from Pennsylvania for us to do. The car is going to leave here pretty much complete. He's going to take it from here to the track. We're going to wire it, plumb it. We're doing the whole chassis, headers, everything. So I'll show you some stuff going on in the shop, show you the food we got going on outside, and then when everyone leaves today, I'll show you Nick's car and give you a little rundown on that. Eddie, what are you building?
Another wishbone, but it's not for Justin.
How many? That one's not for Justin? He's already got his 5?
Yeah.
How many wishbones you built so far? Whew, a lot, huh?
A lot.
Wishbones and 4-link bars like every day. Did you get the liquid nail in there yet?
Liquid nail, yeah.
You put the liquid nail on the inside?
Yeah, some super hot glue gun.
Hot glue gun or liquid nail on this one?
Both.
You did both on this one?
Yeah. Hold it down with the hot glue and then liquid nail it.
For a final?
Yeah, at least 3 tubes. Friday menu.
Tell everybody what you usually cook. What is this?
Chicken thighs and then flank steak.
Flank steak.
Sliced up.
How do you season the chicken? Danny wanted to know, but he won't tell nobody. I think he puts it in motor oil or something at the house.
Yeah. It's aged.
Aged chicken?
Aged chicken. It's about 3 years old.
Leave it outside?
Yeah, leave it outside. Chicken for down the road.
We didn't cook last Friday, and everybody was commenting on the video asking where the food was, so we couldn't miss another Friday. It was good though.
Yeah, not too bad.
How long you got to cook the chicken on this?
It just depends on the temperature.
Yeah.
If you want it a little crispy or whatnot. I usually cook it about 4 hours.
4 hours? Longer, a lot longer than a steak, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. Steak will cook pretty quick.
Yeah.
About an hour or something like that.
All right, guys, so this is Mark Hoaglands' new Outlaw 632 car. You may have seen it in the other video that I did. I touched on it a little bit, but if not, I'll show you guys now. Corey's been helping me at night and on weekends to get this together so Mark can go racing. We're doing headers and a roll bar, 4-link bars, and a few other things. I'll show you what we did over the weekend. We got started on the headers. You can see the headers are kind of a little tight in this car, the way the older cars were designed. It has an X in here instead of just a diagonal, so the back tube has to kind of jog around that. The front tube has to jog under the second tube to clear the tire there. So, and if you watch Justin's video when I did his headers, you can see I have this plate just kind of keeping level with the rocker and a spacer, so they're about even with the rocker, and all of them are touching here, trying to keep them on the same plane. See the outside here, how they look. See what I'm talking about? I had to jog it around that X, and this one here, if we didn't go underneath that one, it'd hit the tire. Obviously there's still not a ton of clearance, but it's got enough clearance. So this header's pretty much done. It's all tacked together. So tomorrow when we come in, we'll unclamp one tube at a time. We'll polish it with a tubing polisher. We'll weld it and we'll put it back in. After we do that with all 4 tubes, we'll do the braces at the bottom. We'll weld the braces in the bottom. We'll do the support brace in the middle. We'll do the support rod from the brace to the strut bar. And then all that'll be left is the sniffer tubes, which you'll do those at the end. It's an average O2 tube that gets notched into every tube and then comes down and exhaust. At the end of it, it has an O2. When we do it, I'll show you a little bit more on that. It's kind of hard to explain. After we do that, it'll be on to the other side and then the headers will be done. Also, this weekend, we built the 4-link bars. It had 1 1/4 bars, now it has 1 1/2 bars. With the power this car is gonna make, that's what it needs. We also ordered doublers from Bickle. These are only 3/16 brackets, so we're putting 1/4-inch doublers on the 4-link brackets to make sure they hold up and it doesn't oblong the holes. We also put one of our heavy-duty anti-roll bars in it. These are anti-roll bars we make here in-house. It's a 3-inch tube, billet aluminum arms, splined spindles. You weld them into the tube, they hold up with a lot of power. So he wanted to change that out because it had a smaller anti-roll bar. So this is Nick Arena's Outlaw 632 car. I just wanted to give you guys a little rundown on this car, what we've done, what the plan is for it, and what you guys can expect in the future. Nick brought us this car down from Pennsylvania. He had a little accident on a No Prep Kings TV show. The car needed to be front halved, had a few small issues in the back. When Nick brought us this car, it had a stock style front suspension, it had a stock subframe and A-arms up front. So basically we decided just to cut everything out, use his roof, his quarters, and his rockers, and start completely over. The chassis is a 25-2 CERT chassis. It's basically the same chassis, CERT-wise, as Justin's car. The only difference is it doesn't have as many tubes, and some of the diameters of tubes in the back and in the front are a little bit smaller. There's not as many tubes in the firewall. This car also doesn't have a full dual frame rail. It has more like a pro stock style frame rail. For something that makes this much power, it doesn't need a frame rail all the way out to the front like Justin's car. This car maybe makes 2,000 horsepower. Justin's car probably makes 3,500. So there's a few differences, some of the wall thicknesses and tubings, and we'll get more into that as we build some cars from scratch, but that's why you don't see the frame rail all the way out to the front. As far as the cockpit around the driver, it's the same as Justin's car. The chassis is completely done. The firewall templates are in there. Jesse's got those in there. Some of the floor pieces are already made. The motor's mounted. This car is coming along. It's gonna be a really nice car. A few things I wanna show you guys. Some of Danny's brake lines, and I always tell him he's a brake line master. His brake lines, he does an awesome job. Brake lines, he does an awesome job at everything he does. Everybody here does, but Danny's brake lines are really awesome. So the brake lines are totally done on this car also. You can see the line lock there. And this is where the rear brake will go. We do all our cars like this. We weld a 5/8 tube in there and buff it down at an angle so there's no sharp edges. It'll go all the way to the back like that. Another reason we do it like that is if you run it on the side of the frame rail, on the inside or the outside toward the back, and something happens or someone jacks it up or moves the transmission and pinches it, and you don't know it, then you'll have no rear brakes, which is not a good thing. So we run them through the frame rail all the way to here. It'll have a hole here and a bulkhead in this piece, and it'll go from there to up above the rear end to a soft line to the housing. Something else you can see here on the dual frame rail part, you can see that one straight. This one has a little kick in it here. This one has a kick, which I'll show you when we get to that point, but it has a carbon seat that's 19 inches wide. The carbon seat fits tight up against here and fits tight against here. So we run this straight so we can attach the carbon seat to this, and then we'll just cut it off flush. It'll kind of come up here to around here. I'll show you guys when we do that, a little install video also, but that's why this one has a little kick and that one doesn't have a kick. Something else cool about this car that we do with the first gen Camaros, I don't know if you've ever seen a first gen Camaro, but the lip, let me show you the lip on this other quarter panel first. The quarter panel on these cars, they have a big ledge right here, pretty wide ledge, so you can't really get these cars super low without sucking the tires way in or doing some crazy stuff to the quarter panel, which that doesn't look too good. So they sell a piece to make the sail panel actually look like the factory sail panel, but it moves it out. When all the body work's done, you'll never even be able to know. So you can get the tire pretty far out and still get the car low. 4 inches ride height or so is about what we're aiming for on this car, which is really low for one of these. And this piece looks pretty factory, so that's a pretty cool deal right there. Anyone doing a first gen Camaro, I'd suggest doing that. But he's got brand new RC component wheels for it, brand new tires, pretty much gonna be a whole new car. And anyone, if you guys need any RC component wheels, we are a dealer. Just let us know and we can get you hooked up on those. But that's it for this. I just wanted to show you guys this car. Nick's got an awesome engine combination. He's got a good transmission. He's got all stuff to be a top contender also in Outlaw 632. The Outlaw 632 stuff's getting pretty popular. Obviously, you can see we got Mark's car on the other side. We got this car over here. There's a lot of people getting into that class. We have a lot of local customers that run the class also. So it'll be pretty cool to see this thing come together and see him go to the track with it. We'll have a bunch of videos coming up. Like I said, this car is going to leave here wired, plumbed. We're doing stainless headers for it. We'll be sending it to powder coat, assembling it, windows, everything. So I look forward to showing you guys some more on this build in the coming weeks. But that's it for this video. I appreciate everyone that's been watching. I can't believe how far the channel's come in only like 6 weeks. I think we've got almost 5,000 subscribers, which is awesome. I never would have thought we would have got that far so quick. But thanks again for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.